Hello everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. I hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are. Today, I want to talk about something very personal and relatable, a typical day in my life as a university student. Whether you're currently in university, thinking about going to university, or you've already graduated, I think you'll find parts of this story familiar. University life is often shown as exciting and full of opportunities, and while that's true, it's also filled with challenges, responsibilities, and moments that teach us valuable life lessons. So today, I'm going to take you with me through a normal day and share what I experience, what I learn, and how I try to balance everything. My day usually starts early in the morning. The alarm goes off, and honestly, some mornings are harder than others. There are days when I wake up feeling motivated and ready to conquer the world, and there are other days when I just want to stay in bed for another hour. But eventually, I get up because I know I have goals that require effort and discipline. One thing university has taught me is that motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward. After getting ready, I usually have breakfast. I try not to skip it because I know I'll need energy for the day ahead. Sometimes I eat quickly because I'm running late, and other times I have enough time to enjoy my meal while thinking about everything I need to accomplish. Then it's time to head to university. As I make my way there, I often think about my classes, assignments, and plans for the day. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I review notes, and sometimes I simply observe the people around me. When I arrive on campus, there's always a lot of activity. Students are walking from one building to another, chatting with friends, reviewing notes before class, or grabbing a coffee. Everyone seems busy, and yet everyone is working towards something important in their lives. One thing I love about university is that it brings together people from different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. Every person you meet has a unique story, and I find that fascinating. My first class usually requires a lot of concentration. I take notes, listen carefully, and try to participate whenever possible. Some subjects are easier for me, while others require extra effort. There are moments when everything makes sense immediately, and there are moments when I feel completely confused. But I've learned that confusion is actually part of the learning process. Sometimes we expect ourselves to understand everything perfectly the first time, but that's not realistic. Learning takes time, patience, and practice. Between classes, I often meet with classmates. We talk about assignments, upcoming exams, and sometimes about completely unrelated things. These conversations might seem small, but they are an important part of university life. They help reduce stress and remind us that we are not alone in facing challenges. One thing I've noticed is that almost every student worries about something. Some worry about grades. Some worry about finances, others worry about their future careers. And many worry about balancing university with family responsibilities, work, or personal goals. It's comforting to know that we are all trying our best, even when things aren't perfect. As the day continues, I move from one class to another. Some lectures are incredibly interesting and make me want to learn more. Others can feel long and demanding, especially when I'm tired. There are moments when I feel inspired by what I'm learning. A professor says something interesting, a discussion opens my mind to a new idea, or I discover a topic that I want to explore further. Those moments remind me why education is so valuable. University isn't just about earning a degree. It's about learning how to think critically, solve problems, communicate effectively, and become a more informed person. Around lunchtime, I usually take a break. This is one of my favorite parts of the day, because it's a chance to relax for a little while. Sometimes I eat with friends and talk about our day. Other times I sit quietly and enjoy a few moments of peace before returning to my responsibilities. I think these small breaks are important because they help us recharge mentally and physically. After lunch, the day often becomes more challenging. Assignments start piling up. Deadlines get closer. Projects require attention. Exams approach faster than expected. At times, it can feel overwhelming. I think every university student has experienced that moment when they look at their to-do list and wonder how they are going to finish everything. I've definitely had those moments. However, university has taught me something important. You don't have to do everything at once. The best way to handle a big challenge is to focus on one step at a time. Whenever I feel stressed, I remind myself to prioritize, stay organized, and keep moving forward. Even small progress is still progress. Another thing university has taught me is resilience. Not every exam goes perfectly. Not every project receives the grade we hoped for. Not every presentation feels successful. There are disappointments along the way. But every setback teaches us something valuable. Sometimes failure can be one of the best teachers, because it shows us where we need to improve and how we can grow. As the afternoon comes to an end, I usually feel both tired and accomplished. I've attended classes, completed tasks, learned new things, and overcome challenges. Of course, the day isn't always over when classes finish. Many times, I return home and continue studying. I review notes, complete assignments, prepare presentations, or work on projects. There are evenings when I feel exhausted, but I remind myself why I started this journey in the first place. I have dreams. I have goals. And I know that every hour of effort is helping me move closer to them. One thing that university has made me realize is that success doesn't happen overnight. We often see successful people and focus only on their achievements. What we don't always see are the years of hard work, sacrifices, and persistence behind those achievements. Every successful person was once a beginner. Every expert was once a student. And every accomplishment started with small daily efforts. That's why I try not to compare myself to others. Comparison can make us forget how far we've already come. Instead, I focus on becoming a better version of myself than I was yesterday. At the end of the day, when I finally have a chance to relax, I often reflect on everything that happened. I think about what I learned, what I did well, and what I could improve. Some days feel incredibly productive. Other days feel messy and imperfect. But every day teaches me something. And that's what makes this journey worthwhile. University is more than classes, grades, and assignments. It's a period of growth. It's a time when we discover our strengths, face our weaknesses, build friendships, and prepare ourselves for the future. The journey isn't always easy, but it's definitely meaningful. Before I finish today's episode, I want to leave you with a simple message. No matter where you are in your educational journey, keep going. Progress doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be consistent. Celebrate your small victories. Learn from your mistakes. Trust the process. And remember that every step forward matters. Thank you so much for listening to my story today. If you're a student, I'd love for you to think about your own university experience and everything you've learned along the way. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. Take care, stay positive, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Microphone #sparkles.
Great job for making it to the end of this episode. You're improving your English just by listening, so keep going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with someone who is also learning English. See you in the next episode.